Hello boys and girls, I'm back with another math strategy video. So today we're going to talk about division with remainders. And the question is, what do you do with the leftovers? The leftovers happens when you divide and there's some parts that are left out or left over, extra parts. So it doesn't divide equally. So I'll share with you what you're going to do. The basic rule is that the situation determines what you do. So what you do with the leftovers depends on the story problem. So here you're going to have to really look at each story problem carefully and decide how you're going to solve it and what you're going to do with the leftovers. So we're going to use 28 divided by 3. And if you know your math facts, you know that 9 times 3 is 27. So there's one left over because we didn't get to 28. And there's no way for us to get to 28 because we can't make another group of 3. So the answer to this problem is 9R1. Now R1 means one left over, remainder 1, 9 remainder 1. Now, if you were just solving the problem like this, that would be the answer because there's no word problems, there's no story involved. But in math, we often have to solve story problems. So what do you do if you have a 28 divided by 3 situation? Well, let's look at 3 different situations that will often come up when you divide. Okay, first situation, type 1. There are 28 students going on a field trip. The students will take cars to where they're going. Each car can hold 3 students. How many cars are needed? So let's think about that for a minute. Now, I can't say 9 remainder 1 cars because what's a remainder 1 car? That doesn't make any sense. But I know I can start with 9 cars with 3 kids each. So here's a car with 3 students, and another car, and another car. So 9 cars with 3 students because I know 9 times 3 is 27. But I got this one extra kid. Well, he or she cannot be left out. They have to go on the field trip. So I'm going to need another car. Even though that one student will be in the car with whoever's driving it. But that's the answer. The answer would be 10 cars. Because you need 9 cars of 3 and you need an extra car for the leftover student. So the answer is 10 cars. So here you have to bump your answer up. So even though the answer to 28 divided by 3 is 9 remainder 1, the answer to this situation is 10 cars. Because you can't leave the extra student off the trip. So you need an extra car. So that's a typical situation. I call this the van car situation, where you need an extra of something to answer the question. All right, let's go to situation type 2. All right, Mr. Andrews has 28 pencils to share. He gives an equal amount of pencils to Tommy, Sarah, and Ralph. How many pencils did each kid get? So here I have 28 pencils. There's 3 kids. I know it's not going to be equal. I can give every kid 9 pencils to start because 9 times 3 is 27. But then I have this one extra pencil. Now the question is I have to give them an equal amount. So I can't give Tommy the extra pencil. I can't give Sarah the extra pencil. I can't give Ralph the extra pencil. So the answer to the question is 9. Each kid receives 9 pencils. And the extra pencil, I can put it in my pocket. I can store it. But I can't give it to another student because it wouldn't be a fair share. I can't split the pencil because it wouldn't be a fair share. You know, that wouldn't make sense. So here in this situation, you just keep the extra left over. You don't use it. You can't use it. So the answer is just 9. So that's the pencil situation. Now, third situation is very different than the other two. Let's check this out. Miss Johnson bakes 28 brownies for her 3 grandchildren. How many brownies does each child receive? Now, brownies are things that can be split up equally. You can take a brownie and find a way to split the leftovers. So every grandchild would start with 9 full brownies, and then you have this one extra brownie. Well, I can split that brownie into 3 equal parts. And those 3 parts are called 1/3 because 1 out of 3 means that I split this whole brownie into 3 equal parts, and each kid will receive 1 of those parts. So the answer to this question was I split the brownie into 3 equal parts, and each grandchild would receive 9 whole brownies plus 1/3 of a brownie. So the answer is 9 and 1/3 brownies. Notice how it's written. The whole number is written first, the fraction is written after, and that's your answer. So in this situation, you divide the leftover into equal parts. So you got to think about what kinds of objects could be divided up equally. Well, certainly not pencils, but brownies could, cookies could, crackers. Money can be split into change. So think about that. So when you solve your division problems today and you're working with leftovers, think about the 3 situations. You have the division of the parts into equal parts. You have a situation where you can't do anything with the leftover, so you just keep it or throw it out or put it somewhere else. Or the situation where you need an extra of something for the leftover. Often when you have people involved going on field trips or going somewhere, you need an extra van or car. All right, boys and girls, good luck. Watch this video often for the homework that you'll get in classwork, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.